There, you're listening to Radioactive with Kyle on Bay FM. Before that, we had DZ Death Rays with Fired Up, and on the top there, Brisbane band Better Than This. Blush with their track Better Than This, and they're actually playing with Wax and in Brisbane Fortitude Valley at the Valley Fiesta. So get amongst it. They're playing at the zoo. And I can't wait to attend it. I think I'm going to have to, because right now I'm talking with Blush, Elliot and Will. They're with me right now. And even they were saying they might have to check it out. What do you think, boys? Should we go down and check out Blush and Wax?
Dead set. That track was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you turned us on to them, man.
Yeah. Well, man, happy to...
Seeing the cover of Cherry Bomb, that was blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's it's always good to hear new music, especially
when it's local.
Artists.
They don't get enough airplay. They deserve it. I'm a bit biased, but they deserve it.
A bit biased, but you deserve just as much airplay. I got to tell you, loving the track. Ted put me on, our station manager, put me on to you guys a couple weeks back, and yeah, digging it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely digging it. So, tell us a bit about how the band formed.
Well, it's a weird one. Like, we were all... Well, Jaden and I, the drummer, we were in high school together and we were doing it for ages. And we were in, like, a band that did, like, AC/DC covers and, you know, like, lots of hard rock stuff.
Yep.
And, you know... I became a bit obsessed with synthesizers at some point, and I basically was like, let's make synth pop. And everyone was like, fuck. Oh, no, not that.
No, that one.
Everyone was like, no. Let's not do that. But so anyway, everyone left, and we just like put out an ad on Facebook, like, does anyone want to make this kind of music with us? And Will like responded. We had a keys player respond. We had a bass player respond. We'd never met, but it kind of just like worked because we were all into the same thing. We were going after the same thing, and we've just been doing that ever since.
So he's not just like some creepy guy that just followed you around everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I had to court him a bit.
Yeah, fair
enough. Rocking up to the audition, and Elliot and Jaden, the drummer, were both just sitting there and like, oh, hi, how you doing? I'm like,
I think I was in a suit for some reason. I can't remember why I was in a suit.
You were in a suit.
But I was in a suit.
Opposite end of the spectrum, Jaden's sitting there in just a set of board shorts and like a tank
Nothing
top.
else, I don't think. Yeah. I think it was just the board shorts, honestly. Queensland summer, can't blame him. But
did you wear anything else but board shorts in Queensland? Let's be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how we formed, and we've just been going strong ever since. Lots of recording and stuff.
Yeah, epic. How long have you guys been playing, though?
You know, well, since then. So, like, what's that now? 2015, 5 years.
2015.
So,
wow.
But we've sort of mostly been active since 2017. Like, mostly doing shows and stuff. But, like, we were doing, like, our little high school stuff before that and everything, like everyone has. But, you know, mostly since 2017.
Yeah, sweet. And you released a track called... I kept saying number 7. And is it 07 or number 7?
I don't think it really matters. It's called 07 because it was the 7th song that we tried to write on Schoolies. And the other 6 were a hot mess.
Wait, what Schoolies? What year are we talking about?
This is 2016. 2016,
okay. So that guys that out there gives you a rough indication of how young they are.
Yeah, well, I mean... Yeah, well, yes, it does, but also it had just a rough indication of how old that song is now.
Wow,
but
yes, fair.
It is a pretty old song, but yeah, all the others were rubbish, and basically what happened was that I just heard that riff, the just coming out of the tent next to me, and I literally just barged in, and like my half-naked mate, I'm like, play that again, like we need that right now. I'm putting some chords to it, and so we ended up just like spending the whole morning just working on it, and I think it turned out pretty well. I didn't expect it to go all sort of like, I don't know, Phil Collinsy or something, but like, because we were writing on acoustic guitars, it's a bit of a weird direction for it to take.
Shout out to Max Arnold for coming up with that riff.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But
you can't let moments like that go by.
That's it.
Really, that's it. Let's be honest. And what about influences? I've always been interested for bands' influences because sometimes it's like a light bulb moment. They say it and you're like, yes, I knew I could recognize a little bit of those influences through it.
I mean, look, the Strokes, definitely. Like, just anything Julian touches is golden. The Killers, Wombats...
Yep.
Yeah, you know, all that. We're really into pop rock, and even though it's like really not cool to be into pop rock, we love it.
It's cool to be into what you want to be into.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's it.
And there's me sitting there, and I always try to push a little bit of an indie vibe in, and Elliot's like,
actually,
what's your vibes, Will?
I'm very into pop rock as well.
Yeah,
a lot of the classics, like the old '80s legends and everything, like, and obviously my favorite Australian band of all time, In Excess. Like,
yes.
But I'm always pushing for some like quirkier arrangements and such, like different, like not your standard pop like arrangements and stuff and like
Yeah.
that. And then Elliot's like putting his own ideas in, and it kind of just ends up being interesting different ways.
I think that's kind of one of the good things about the band is like Jaden, our drummer, is like really into like jazz and prog,
Right.
and our keys player is like kind of into more like emo and stuff like that. Our bass player is really into indie pop. I'm
It's
into
got like a merge of genres there, don't you?
It's just like, I don't know, it kind of like we find some middle ground somewhere somehow. But yeah, I think that going through that process of everyone like kind of injecting their own influence into it is kind of what it is. So that's how it ends up sounding the way it does.
Yeah.
But
I got to be honest, I had a bit of 1975 vibes.
there's
Yeah,
definitely a bit of
definitely.
that for sure.
The entire reason I came for the audition was I saw 1975 as one of the influences, and I was just like, at the time,
There you go, 'cause I said it-
1975 fan.
I said it a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I'm getting some 1975 vibes from these guys. I'm going to have to ask them, see if I'm right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to brag, but I was.
Spot on.
And I've got to ask one last question because we're going to get into the latest track you had come out. When did number 07 come out?
It came out like last year. It's been a while.
Last year, right?
Yeah, so it
cool.
was
So we're going to get
September
into
last
that one, and then we're going to hear one of your latest tracks. But your band name, I'm dead set interested how you came up with it.
To be honest, it's not that special of a story, which sucks because I really wish it was interesting because everyone asks it, you know? But like all it was is when all our band members left because we wanted to make synth pop, we were learning about the Rum Rebellion. So we're sitting there in a history class being like, why don't we just call it BLIGH after William Bligh? Like, just check if that's trademarked, and it wasn't. And we're like,
You went
done,
for it. Yeah.
done.
To take this, yeah.
So that's
It works.
basically it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? It works, man. And you know what else works is this track you've got here called number 7 or 07, however you want to search it on Spotify, because that's where these guys are. That's where I've been listening to them. But here it is, listening to Radioactive with Kyle, Elliot, and Will.
We've got time, and if you wanna stay tonight, 'cause you look good under this light, and I've been blind. Might be a tequila shot or two, but you look like I've never seen you. 'Cause oh my God, look at those legs, that dress, that smile. Oh my God, tell my friends I'll be gone a while. Oh my God, you feel so good against the door. And oh my God, the dress looks better on the floor. 'Cause we might be too drunk to do this, but I'm taking it back now. Staging a walkout. If you're gonna regret it, I can do without. We might be too drunk to do this. I'm taking it back now. I'm staging a walkout. If you're gonna regret it, I can do without. And it feels so right, and your hands holding down my head. I'm not leaving this bed. Feel the effects, and the whole world's spinning, but not for you. But I'm sure you see it too. 'Cause oh my God, look at those legs, that dress, that smile. Oh my God, tell my friends we'll be gone a while. Oh my God, you feel so good against the door. And oh my God, the dress looks better on the floor. 'Cause we might be too drunk to do this, but I'm taking it back now. I'm staging a walkout. If you're gonna regret it, I can do without. We might be too drunk to do this. I'm taking it back now. I'm staging a walkout. If you're gonna regret it, I can do without. And you won't even add me later. It wasn't all that bad. And sure, I feel guilty, but you're still the best I've ever had. 'Cause we might be too drunk to do this. 'Cause we might be too drunk to do this. But I'm taking it back now. I'm staging a walkout. If you're gonna regret it, I can do without.
There it is. number 7 or 07, however you want to call it. Take your pick. You're with Kyle, Will, and Elliot on Radioactive. How are we, boys? How do we enjoy that one?
Well, as much as you can enjoy your own music, I guess.
You gotta
Make
toot
it
your own
cringe
horn,
every
man.
time. But,
Bit of a throwback.
yeah.
You got to toot your own horn.
Yeah, well, it's great. Top song, top 5 for sure.
Speaking of tooting your own horn, let's hear your upcoming gigs. I want to know where you guys are playing.
Well, we're actually playing tomorrow night at Rick's Bar, so anyone
Tomorrow?
listening should definitely come. It's actually a free gig. We're playing in the back,
The backyard
in the
bar.
open area. So I'm going to be playing I think 4 songs that we've never played live before as well. So for any fans that are listening, come because you'll hear new stuff.
And it's free.
It's free. It's
on,
not
man.
a hard sell. Come on.
It's free. It's just literally the best gig I've ever heard. How many free gigs do you get to go to?
Not many, especially in 2020.
If any.
Yeah.
And what other gigs you guys got coming up?
We got Vinny's Dive on the Gold Coast on the 26th, and we're playing Woolly Mammoth on the 10th of December. So
Woolly Mammoth is an epic.
I love Woolly Mammoth. I'm really excited for that. I don't know what stage we're playing yet, but that's going to be really
It
fun.
never matters, does it?
It doesn't matter. It's going to be great.
It never matters.
Yeah.
I remember getting kicked out of the Woolly Mammoth, though.
That's a bit cringy, yeah.
I don't know how. You know what it was? Actually, I feel like I'm wrongfully kicked out.
Yeah.
I was at a table, and there was sand on the table. And I don't know why there was sand on the table. There was a lot of sand. I was just pretty drunk. So I wiped the table off, and it just went in some chick's face.
Yikes.
And it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Sounds like it wouldn't end
I
up
mean, I
like
literally
it.
kicked sand in someone's face. That was probably pretty bad, but
I've only
remember-
been kicked out of a venue once, and it was just because I was so clumsy. I tripped over with a beer and dropped a glass over a balcony, and it was right next to some people. They kicked me straight out. It was a bit shit.
it's a bit bad when you get kicked out for being
Especially
clumsy.
when you
and
haven't
it's
even had a few drinks.
and you're clumsy anyway. You know,
Yeah.
you think, they don't
it's
know
just
how
that
clumsy
was
I am.
not because I was drunk. It was just how I am, man. I hit things all the
I'm
time. I walk
clumsy.
into stuff.
Then come
I
on.
can't help it.
Watch me every day. I'm
I remember a
clumsy.
few years back watching Elliot almost fall off the stage from tripping.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I tried to jump onto my knees and I basically stacked it.
Yeah.
I nearly ran into the photographer. It was not great, but that's fine. It's in the past now. It's all good.
You get up one of those ones.
Thanks for
you're like,
reminding me.
yeah.
Though. I appreciate it.
I think there was a photo of my face during it, and you can see that I'm halfway into a laugh.
yeah,
That's what I hold it in.
It's one of those moments you're like, yeah, I meant to do that. You
yeah,
know,
totally.
brush
I
off.
played it off. It's all good. It's fine.
But tell us about your new track, Ride.
Yeah, well, look, Ride is coming out on the 13th, and I think, in my opinion, it's by far the best thing we've ever done. Like, all the songs that we've released so far were written when we were in high school, and we were hoarding those songs for years, so we haven't released any of the material that we've written as we've sort of developed until now, and this is the first of those songs. And so I think one of the things we reevaluated was a lot of the songs that we've released in the past are just about what's the hook, how catchy can we make this chorus, whereas we're still focused on the hook, but I think with this we're more focused on trying to evoke a feeling and make sure we get an emotional response from people.
Yep.
And really I think that's what good music is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's great to have a good hook and everything, but it's nothing if people don't feel anything about it.
You're right. It can't just be the hook.
Yeah.
Doesn't go very much. It doesn't make you feel anything, does it?
That's it. So yeah, I'm really excited for people to hear it and hear what they think. I guess it's just a song about romantic paranoia and fear that you're going to lose someone, which I think is just stuff that everyone kind of goes through as well. So it's I know it'll be nice to hear what people think.
No, very, very cool. Is that the track you're going to play for us shortly, and just a stripped back version of it?
Oh, actually, sorry, no.
We're going to
gonna
play another single off the EP.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a song called Coffee, which we've been sitting on for a long time. And if anyone's listening that has been a fan of us for a while, you'll know this song. And I think we can say here first, we're finally putting it out. You've been asking us for 4 years. It's finally
We've been
coming.
saying
4 years you've had this song playing it.
It's the number one song that people have always said, you've got to record Coffee. It happens every show.
And I remember a while back we were in the middle of recording, and then we lost all the stems.
Yeah, there was some sort of accident, which was really unfortunate. But it's coming for you if you're listening. So
There's teasing and making people wait, but that's just cruel.
well, I'm still teasing. It doesn't come out till January, so you've got to wait 3 months. But it is coming.
You still gotta wait till next year.
All right, well, I'm going to set up the mics here, and we're going to hear it. We're going to hear Coffee for the first time. I'm hearing it. For the first time, many people are going to hear it. So let's get into it.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Said I don't mind if you don't mind. 'Cause I've got time if you've got time. Acting conscientious when we're both feeling reckless, nostalgic for how it used to be. A polite invitation, a few good vibrations. It's 10 p.m. but you invite me in for coffee. Subtle glint invades your eyes, and you're speaking French while I'm tongue-tied. And there's no room in this apartment for thinking, just enchantment. I wanna get lost in your company. You kick your heels off by the doorway, then you turn to me and say, with pretense fading swiftly, still want some coffee? Oh, 'cause I don't mind if you don't mind. 'Cause I got time if you got time. 'Cause it's been too long since we've done this, since I felt the touch of your lips. It's been too long since the taste of this good. And let's go search, see if we find. And what we lost the first time. Thanks, man.
Man, unreal. Absolutely
bro.
love that, and I hate that I have to wait till January to play that over and over again. But joke's on you, I record the show, so
Yeah.
I can play it anytime I want. So no, that was absolutely awesome there, guys. Really enjoyed it.
Thanks, man.
Cheers,
Yeah.
cheers.
Can't wait to hear the new track Ride coming out on 13th,
The 13th. Yeah.
of November. And when can we hear? When's the EP dropping then? I guess
The EP is dropping late January, and we'll have
you just keep like BLIGH must be the master of teasing, I guess.
It's all good. We got other singles coming out. I'm not sure if I've announced that yet, but we do have other singles coming out, so you'll hear a bit more before that time. But
I
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You get the ladies and gentlemen out there are just sick of the teasing.
We've also been working on some other content as well.
Yeah, there'll be like 12
so much
songs
secrecy,
in the
I love
next
it.
10 months. So like, just you wait. It's going to be a deluge.
Well, if you can't wait, head to Rick's Bar tomorrow night to see BLIGH in action. Hopefully playing coffee.
We'll definitely be playing.
Definitely be playing
We'll be
coffee.
playing coffee.
Get an espresso martini. Drink it while he's playing coffee. It'll just be, you know.
Even buy me an espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I mean, we can't afford one, so
If you see, well, they are playing for free out there. Everyone, they're playing for free. Buy them an espresso martini, and they'll drink it while they're playing coffee. While they're singing coffee. Yeah, playing coffee. I'm getting confused. I need a coffee now. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming in.
no, thank you so much for having us, man. Anytime.
Hey, you guys can come in anytime you want.
Been good times.
Yeah.
Been good times. We've had some chats there off air. But to send you boys off, we're going to play your track, Nissan Patrol. Any passing comments before we head off?
Yeah, look, Ride will be out on Unearthed probably from tomorrow. So if you want an early preview,
Okay.
have a look at it there, and it'll be on all other major platforms on the 13th. But if you want to do us a huge favour, give it a listen on Unearthed, leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. And have a good night.
There you go. If you heard it here first, you're listening to Kyle on Radioactive with Will and Elliot.